Story time with Game Master Mike. Hey folks, are you ready for another old neighborhood horror stories bonus video? Well, here are some of the stories I want to tell you all about more of the old neighborhood. Now, I just got back from my road trip. As a matter of fact, I did a ton of exploring through my old town at my old state because I want to see what has changed since the pandemic. Well, nothing has ever changed, and I want to tell you all about more stories and even more trouble I have gotten into when I was in elementary school. As a matter of fact, I drove through my old elementary school to see what has changed, and nothing pretty much has changed except in the playground they have gotten rid of the jungle gym and they've changed the swings and slides a bit, but otherwise it still remains the same. Remember going on my school bus to the route of my school. As a matter of fact, I followed that route. It seems that I have gotten back in time. I went back in time to my old bus route, and it feels like nostalgia there. Remember, I've rode the bus for a long time. I remember getting up at 6 and catch the bus at 6:30 in the morning, which was not pleasant, as a matter of fact. It could have slept in a little bit more if that's the case, but otherwise, oh well. So here are some of the stories. Remember when I was in kindergarten, I had a breakdown because I did not get a Student of the Month award. I don't know why I did that, is I wanted real bad. Remember that same year in kindergarten, it was raining outside and we had indoor recess in a first grade classroom and we watched Animaniacs on VHS. Remember, this first grade teacher had a VHS tape of Animaniacs, and this girl, I thought she was laughing at me, and I attacked her and she started crying. I remember the kindergarten aide was chasing me all over the classroom until she grabbed me and dragged me in the special room to put in this corner with this mean aide. Now, remember having an anxiety attack, and the aide shook me, said quit it, and I pretty much went berserk. To the point where the aide dragged me into the principal's office, and the principal called my mom to pick me up. Yep, I have gotten sent home from school that day. When my mom arrived, she was crying, and the principal told my mom about what I did, and she was also crying because my sister had also gotten kicked out of school. I don't know why. Probably got in trouble. So, we went to the carnival that day, and I thought for sure that we weren't allowed to go because I've gotten in trouble in school. Remember in first grade, a lot I have jumped in the mud so I can get sent home from school, which got me into trouble even more. Second grade, disciplinary actions is tickets or balloons. I remember in second grade, the second grade teacher had balloons stapled to a wall, which is like disciplinary sources. Remember, did not call to the blackboard, and the teacher told me to pop a balloon. And I told my teacher, "You're a lousy teacher." And she walked out of the classroom, and I found her just standing out there, and I played with my fingers. And the second grade teacher told me, "I'm going to tell the principal to put you in an alternative school starting tomorrow." And then that's when I started crying. Remember getting into a ton of trouble and getting sent to the special room a lot when I was in the 3rd grade. And the 4th grade, which is debatable to myself if I had the meanest teacher or that meanest aide which left in the 2nd grade. I don't know why that has happened. Remember, 5th and 6th grade years, we had in-school suspension. I remember getting thrown in ISS a lot, which isn't pleasant. And yeah, so I was a mischievous kid at my old neighborhood. I remember getting into trouble a lot. Remember riding my bike without permission, going to other places. I remember my old community, there was this massive trailer park there. I remember I had a huge fascination with hoses, and I remember playing with one of the hoses and putting it in one of this guy's trailer, and he yelled at me and said, "What the fuck did you just do to my hose?" And I bolted off. I remember that wasn't a smart thing to do. Never do something like that again. So anyway, yeah, that's all I can think of this bonus video. If you want to hear more horror stories, check out my past old neighborhood horror stories. It is kind of creepy, and I remember my childhood house is haunted and everything here. I remember my dad seeing a ghost in the basement, which is creepy. And I remember in the middle of the night hearing children playing outside, and there was nothing there. And I also hear every time when I was in the bathroom, sometimes I hear a radio playing, which creeped me out. I remember taking a bath and getting it out to see where that radio is coming from, and nothing was there. So I was scared shitless there. So yeah, remember to get to my old house, you gotta drive through the woods there. Sometimes I can hear creepy noises there. Sometimes I hear what appears to be somebody cutting down trees in the middle of the night, and I tried to look for it that one day, and there was nothing there. Could that be an apparition or some kind of paranormal activity? I remember there's some ghost stories that was in and around my neighborhood because it's closer to a fort. Remember, there was a state park there, which I went to explore a lot. So yeah, that has happened before. It's probably still happened today, but I get a creepy sensation about what's going on my old neighborhood to this day today. So, yeah. So my old childhood house, which I lived there for the most of my childhood, up until I graduated from high school, it still remained the same, except they painted it gray and there's somebody still living there. And the front porch is completely gone. So yeah, that is my old house there, but otherwise it still looks the same. Nothing has ever changed. And I went through my hometown. It seems deader than I last explored. I don't know why that is, why nothing has improved since the pandemic, but it seems like more and more businesses there just went out. I remember a couple of restaurants there I ate when I was a kid, all closed and nothing is there. So yeah. Well, folks, there you have it. That is my bonus video. Even more bonuses of my old neighborhood horror stories. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you want to watch more of my past old neighborhood horror stories, I suggest you watching it. But this is going to be a bonus recap of what I've seen in my old neighborhood to see what has changed since the pandemic begun. And I hope you all enjoy this video, and until next time, folks, thanks for watching.